Vasigi Mataji, are you here? Okay, you are here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Mataji, but I'm inside my bus. Is it okay? I mean, like,
It's okay. It's okay. Are you do? It's okay. It's okay. Then everybody thinking what you're reading.
okay, so sorry, Mataji. So
Okay,
sorry.
okay, no problem. Okay,
Hare
anybody would
Krishna.
like to read? Okay, let's see. Kumuda Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, I will read the translation. The
Yes.
son of Devaki, the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or vows as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita.
Oh.
Vaishnava Tandriya Sara 22.
All right. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, let me continue. Okay, yeah, I'm recording. Okay, so we take darshan of the Utsav deities of Sri Jagannath Mandir, Sri Radha Gokulananda. Okay, praise to the spiritual teachers. You can join me silently on your side as well because you also would like to seek Guru's blessings. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimadhe Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gita Mahatmya by Ramanathan Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
All the Upanishads are like a cow. In the milk of the cow is Lord Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf. The beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk. And the fortunate devotees of fine, tastic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So all Upanishads are like cow, okay? And the best milk is the Gita, and the milkman is Krishna and is giving to Arjuna, also us, okay? All right, so we will do the recap of chapter 5. I hope you all remember. Okay, what did we cover first? There was a question by Arjuna, isn't it? What was he asking? Which is better, this or that? Anybody can recall? He asked whether to renounce work or work with detachment is better. Okay, so what Krishna answered? Yes, very good. What did Krishna say? Which one did he recommend? Or which one he said good? Yes, renounce work and devotion. Both are okay. Yes, the complete answer is this. Both are okay. But, okay, Shamla Mataji, you are in? Yeah, still got time. Don't worry. Okay, both are okay, but working with devotion is better. Okay? All right, because to renounce work completely is very difficult. You cannot be without doing any work. It's not possible. Right? Both are good, but work in detachment is better. Okay. All right, easier and superior. Okay, well, we covered that very fast. How to perform Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga means without any desire. So remember the lotus leaf. Okay, work without attachment and offer the results to Krishna. Very good. Okay, next one. Characteristics of enlightened Karma Yogi. Okay, I'm not going to show the answer yet. Please tell me. What is the characteristics of this enlightened Karma Yogi? Something got to do with this vision. Okay, so what is the symptom or characteristics? Yeah, equal vision, seeing what and what. Pandita Sama Darshina. Very good. I like when you put that verse. So what does that mean? Pandita means self-realized soul. Sama means same. Darshina means vision. So equal vision. We are part and parcel of God. Viewing, okay, you have same darshina to all living entities. In what sense? What is that core point there? How do you see everyone equal? As a soul? Is it all about just seeing everybody as a soul? Yes. Yes. Very good. Ramananda Prabhu, Shamala Mataji, Dasaradhan Prabhu, Puhan Prabhu. Okay, anything else? Yes. Did we miss anything else? Did we miss anything? Okay. What else can you remember? What picture? Do you remember the picture? What else? What are the differences that you can see? Okay, generally you, okay, yes. Yeah, that's right. Jivatma, Paramatma. What are the differences that you can see between living entities? Remember, I gave you some categories. Yes. Different species. Another discrimination. How do you actually discriminate living entities? Based on species? Yes. Caste is what? Caste is coming from where? Consciousness, okay. Caste is coming from where? What is that? What position or what status is that? Yes, okay, you are going into detail. So what is that difference? What is this Brahmana, caste? Ashram, yes, these are called social position or social status. Okay, so we should not differentiate people based on that. Okay. And such a person also does not take part in sensual pleasures. Remember the insect, the elephant, the deer. What did they teach us? All right. Can you elaborate on that, Prabhu? Just a little bit more. Just maybe a few more words. Okay, why are they helpless? What actually caused the downfall? I was about to say that term, yes. So what actually causing the downfall? Senses not engaged properly, stronger senses lead to the downfall. Yes, if you're not able to control the senses, it can cause the downfall. Very good. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Okay, what was the final thing? What formula we saw? Peace formula. Okay, throw in whatever words that you remember from that peace formula. Everything is, oh my God. Also, you can quote the Sastra that I mentioned that day. Krishna to be the ultimate beneficiary, owned by God, is the benefactor, Supreme Lord of all the planets and demigods. Yes. Any more? One more, I think. Yeah, did we cover everything? Who has Bhagavad Gita in your hand? Hey, well wisher, that is important. Okay, let's see. Right, and such a person attains peace from the pangs of material misery. Okay, now this is the sloka, ultimate beneficiary. Bhoktaram Jachna Tapasam. Okay, and then Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. I am the supreme of all planets. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. It's very easy, right? Okay, if you're coming from a Tamil background, you definitely know Sarva means everything, Loka means planets, Maheshwaram means supreme controller. Okay, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Everything. I am the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. Okay, Sarva Bhutana. Nyatma Mam Shantim Richati. Shanti means peace. Okay, and this is the universal peace formula. Okay, let's move to the story. This one kena postpone because that day we couldn't finish. And Shamala Mataji graciously agreed to tell the story. Okay, let's go to Vrindavan for a while. Okay, Mataji, please take us to Vrindavan.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Okay, so this is a short story of Krishna and the Brahmana wives. So as we know, Krishna is also known as Gopala. Gopala means that he's a cow herd boy. His main activity is to herd the cows and take care of the cows. He has about 900,000 of cows. He's never alone as he's always surrounded with his cowherd boys or friends, which are also known as Gopas. So one usual morning, as they were all engaged in their daily routine of grazing the cows, the Gopas became very hungry because that particular day they missed their breakfast. So they asked Krishna and requested Krishna to make some arrangement for them. Then Krishna will tell them to meet some great brahmanas or sages which is nearby performing fire sacrifice or yagya. This yagya is known as Angirasa. This yagya is done by these brahmanas because they desire for elevation to the heavenly planets. So during yagya, they will have many food items like grains, fruits, ghee, which will be offered during the yagya. So then Krishna will send them to them, ask them to go to them. Upon reaching there, the Gopas with folded hands will fall on the ground and they will state their requests. Here, Krishna also already tell the Gopas, his friends, not to ask them anything in his name, but ask for some charity in the name of Balaram. So why he did that is because charity is given to high-class brahmanas. But Krishna and Balaram, they did not appear in this pastime. They did not appear in a Brahmana family. Balaram was son of Vasudev, who was a Satriya, and Krishna was known to be the son of Nanda Maharaj. So Nanda Maharaj is just a Vaishya. But at least Krishna says, at least by hearing the name of Balaram, they would prefer to give charity to a Satriya rather than a Vaishya who is just an ordinary cowherd boy. So although the Gopas, they were not from a Brahminical background, but they will also humbly establish their association relationship with Krishna and Balaram to the Brahmanas. They also will mention that Krishna and Balaram are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Brahmanas should not hesitate and immediately deliver some food items for Balaram and Krishna. And they will also say, they will state some verses from Bhagavad Gita stating that all the sacrifices that is done should be done for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu here is Krishna, and Balaram is actually waiting for them to give them the food items. So they speak about all these to the Brahmanas. However, they will also speak about, okay, when should a charity should be given, how should it be given, to whom should it be given, all this. But the Smarta Brahmanas who are so engaged in their sacrificial business, they did not even respond to the Gopas. They did not even say yes, no, I can give you, you need to wait, or they didn't even turn and look at these Gopas. They just totally ignored the Gopas. So the Gopas, being so disappointed, the Gopas will go back to Krishna and Balaram and tell them what happened. Krishna already know what has happened and told the Gopas, okay, now what you do, you go to the wives of the Brahmanas. They are always engaged, always absorbed in the thoughts of me. So you go and ask them for some food in my name this time. Ask in my name and Balaram's name. So by following the instructions of Krishna, they will go and meet the wives of the Brahmanas. The Gopas will pay their obeisances to the wife and they state their request to them. Immediately, by hearing the name of Krishna and Balaram and that they are nearby and also they are hungry, the wives will become so anxious and so eager to see them. Each one of the Brahmana's wife will start filling up pots, different pots of food, nice food items. They were all prepared to go and see Krishna with all the pots on their head, on the waist, exactly like how the scripture is describing, is exactly like how the rivers will flow to the sea. Like that, all the wives of Brahmanas are prepared to go and see Krishna. However, when they were about to leave to see Krishna, the fathers, the son, the relatives, the brothers will stop them and ask them not to go. But they will not stop. They will immediately walk to the forest of Vrindavan with so much of anticipation, enthusiasm, surrendering everything to go and see Krishna. So according to Bhagavatam, it stated that these wives of Brahmanas have never seen Krishna before. Just by hearing his names and glories, they have developed this mood and they have surrendered their heart to Krishna. So the reason to this is because the name and the pastime of Krishna is non-different to Krishna himself. So after going there, they will meet Krishna. Then over there, they will refuse to Krishna to go back to their family or to their material life. They will desire to just continue staying there with him and continue to serve his lotus feet. But Krishna will instruct them, no, you have to go back, support your husbands, because without the help of you, the wives, the Brahmanas will not be able to perform their devotional service. So Krishna will ask them to go back. And then they will go back to their husbands. The husbands, upon their return, they will appreciate their wife and they will be so remorseful because they've been performing all these ritual practices, performing yagyas, observing all the rules and regulations, yet they cannot see Krishna. But the wife not doing anything. So easily they got the blessing, the mercy of Krishna to see them. So in this time, the Brahmanas will state this verse in Sanskrit, and I read out the translation. They will say, it is useless to even born as a Brahmana. It is useless to even learn the Vedic literature, useless to perform great sacrifices and observing rules and regulations, useless to be expert in the service of performing rituals. And then they will also say it is so useless to being so attached for this body, because the yagya was for them to elevate to heavenly planets. Because of even possessing all these, they have not developed the transcendental loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead beyond the speculation of the mind, body, and senses. So we're coming to the end. So this is like how the wives of the Brahmanas is teaching us. They don't even know Vedic mantras. Those days, just by chanting mantras, the Brahmanas will ignite the fire in the yagya. They don't know Vedic mantras. They don't know the scriptures. They don't have any mystic powers. But just by just surrendering to Krishna, simply want to serve and simply love and self-love and want to be with Krishna, they have actually captured Krishna. So this is the pastime. Thank you.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. It's very elaborate. So I hope you all enjoyed the story and you all got the lesson of the story. Okay, so I hope you got the point whereby the Brahmanas were very engrossed in doing karma kanda activities. Karma kanda activities means achieving certain desires by following prescription from the Vedas. Okay, they are not wrong. It's just that they have a particular way of fulfilling their desires. However, what they fail to realize is that the beneficiary of the yagya that they are doing is actually the Lord himself is asking food directly from them, but they are not able to see that because they are so much into doing the Mataji said, the rules and regulations and rituals, but the core part is the devotion that is lacking. On the other hand, the Brahmana wife, they don't know anything. They are not educated. They are not academic. They can't do ritual. Basically, they were just serving their husbands. But because that one qualification, they have selfless love for Krishna, the devotion, they immediately grab everything that they had. And they went to see Krishna, not only providing the food, they don't want to go back home. They just want to surrender fully. But, knowing Krishna, he even instructed Arjuna to do the duty. So everybody had to go back and perform the duties. Okay, so the Brahmanas thus learned their lessons. So beautifully, yeah, Mataji narrated the story. This story is in Bhagavatam, Canto 10, and Prabhupada also have written it in a story form in Krishna book. Okay, if anybody would like to have a look at the Krishna book, or you want to buy the Krishna book, you can PM me, I'll show you the book. Okay, so Canto 10 is actually pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, the entire Canto 10. Okay, however, the Canto 10 was, Prabhupada were afraid that he will not be able to finish translating it before he leaves the body. So what he did, the Canto 10 is very super important. So he did it in a story format. Okay, in a storybook format. So that was released. Okay, of course, there is Bhagavatam also, but it is best to read the Krishna book where Prabhupada explained it in a story form and also the lessons pursued. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the appreciation also, Lakshmi Mataji. Okay. So this is the story form last Friday. This is to show that rituals, rules, all secondary. The important is devotion. Okay. All right. So before we move on to chapter 6, there is a connecting, there is a linking verse in the towards the end of the chapter 5. This I was not, I did not list it inside the our WhatsApp group. Is there anybody who would like to read? This is a window to doing meditation. Okay, remember the part where Krishna was saying that the person with the equal vision sees everybody equally. All right, that is because that person has realized the Paramatma in his heart. And how to realize the Paramatma in the heart is via Dhyana Yoga, or the part of the Ashtanga Yoga. So here, this is where Krishna will start talking about meditation. Okay, Divya Mataji, would you be able to read the translation for us, please? Okay, Ganesha Prabhu. Okay, Janani.
Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence, the transcendentalist aiming at liberation becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated.
All right, thank you, Mataji. So this is the way a yogi performs his austerity to attain liberation. Okay. All right, so let's move into chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga. Okay, let's start with the definition of Ashtanga Yoga. Who remembers the meaning of Ashtanga Yoga? Okay, no problem, Ganesh Prabhu. Ashtanga, Ashta plus Anga. Remember the translation I gave the other day? Ashta, what is Ashta? Ashta Lakshmi, Ashta Sakhis. Okay, and some answers. Ashta means 8. Ashta means 8. What is 6? Pancha. After Pancha is what? I forgot. Okay, yes, 8 limbs of yoga. Okay, so basically Ashtanga Yoga, the ladder, the entire thing is a mechanical meditative practice. Okay, before you come to the meditative practice, there is the control of senses and mind. 6 is Sashta. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. All right, control the mind and senses and focuses the concentration on the Paramatma, the super soul, the form of the Lord situated in the heart. This practice culminates in the Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme. Okay, now this dhyana is the meditation is a very popular practice, amongst the humans. Okay, people like to do meditation. Why? Because they feel calmer, they still their mind. Okay, so they are able to face things more calmly. Okay, more in a subdued manner. All right, they are more in the mode of goodness, not so passionate, no aggression. Okay, so a lot of people find benefit from meditation this way. Okay, all right. So in chapter 5, towards the end, just now we saw Krishna was saying, by having the knowledge about super soul, people can get liberation. In chapter 6, he is going to show how to perform this process. Okay, now, generally this process, let me just tell you in the beginning, it's very difficult to be done in this age of Kali Yuga, because everything is so rushy, noisy, it's not calm, people easily get agitated. Getting agitated and getting anxious pretty quickly is a very prominent quality in this age of Kali. Okay, so those days, the great sages performed Ashtanga Yoga for thousands of years, 10,000, easily they go for 100,000 years, they can go like that. All right, because in Satya Yoga, people lived for how many 100,000 years? And then in Treta Yoga, it dropped to 10,000 years. And Dwapara Yuga, it dropped to 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, now 100. Okay, it's also mentioned that towards the end of Kali Yuga, people hardly will live up to 50 years old. Okay, so that's how the mortality rate will go. Okay, all right. So generally, it's very difficult to perform this Ashtanga Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. So we will see why. All right, we will see why. Okay, so all right. Okay, so let's start with the mind. Okay, this Jnana Yoga is basically about subduing the mind, right? So we're going to learn about the mind now. Raghunathan Prabhu. Raghunathan Prabhu is not here. Can Prasanna Mataji read for us? Mataji, louder Mataji, can't hear you.
The translation, for him to conquer the mind of is the best friend, but for one who failed to do so, his mind remained the greatest enemy.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. All right, so the mind is like our friend. You want to make him as the best of friend or the best of enemy. It's all in our hand. Okay, now the attraction, basically the mind is easily attracted to a lot of things. When the senses get attracted to a lot of things, it's definitely it will influence the mind. So the mind will cause the senses to engage. All right, so it will go on in a cycle. And then it is going to cause endless entanglement. So this is why the role of mind as an enemy or a friend is very important. So you have to make the mind as your friend first if you want to embark on this yoga journey. Okay, so mind can be the friend, mind can be the enemy. Remember the example that we saw in the knife in the hand of convict, the knife in the hand of surgeon, the gun in the hand of armies, and the gun in the hand of terrorists. It's the same device, same tool, same weapon. But the way it is used, either as a friend, as an enemy, it depends on the owner, the user. Okay, you use the knife either to harm or heal. All right, the gun to kill or to protect. Okay, it all depends on the user. So similarly, the mind, if you make him as a friend, it can elevate you. Otherwise, it's going to degrade you. So therefore, in this process of Dhyana Yoga, the mind is a very, very important element. Now, the fact is that the mind is not easily controlled. But at the end, Krishna will say, I know it's not easy, but you can do it with practice. This is what Krishna will tell. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah. Okay, now the mind is as friend and enemy. So we have another story. The mind, how the mind is like a genie. Okay, Prabhu, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, so I'm just going to narrate a short story about the genie and the mind. So the genie in this sense is like our mind. It can give us a lot of trouble because at the same time, it can either be a friend or an enemy. So the mind and the genie in this sense is the same. And we look at a short story to see how we can compare this. So there was once a genie and an owner. So the genie was kept by the owner, but hardly used, and only used when the owner needed to. So then the genie told the owner that you have to keep me occupied, or else I will have to kill you. So then the owner said, oh, this is good. That means I can give you a lot of things to do, and the genie can do anything and everything. So he told the genie to wash the dishes, to do the laundry, to clean his room. So he did everything super quickly. Then the owner told the genie, go up the bamboo tree and climb it. Now come down, go up and keep going up and down. So he kept the genie busy by giving him all kinds of work and different things to do. This way, whenever he has anything to do, like for example, go dig the garden, cut the grass, when he did everything, he would ask him to climb up the bamboo tree up and down again. So he would give him a small work, and once that work is completed, he would go back to climbing up the bamboo tree. So this is how he kept the genie busy the whole day. So coming back to how the genie is similar to the mind, this is how we must deal with the mind, in the sense that we must keep it busy and occupied in Lord Krishna's service. And when we are finished with the service, we must chant Hare Krishna as we take shelter of the holy names. This way, we keep the mind controlled as a friend. The genie is your friend. But if we don't keep the mind controlled, a busy mind, it will, as a busy mind, it will be an enemy. So the genie will be your enemy. And that is why there's also a proverb that says an idle mind is the devil's playground or workshop. So when you keep your mind busy, you have a lot of things to do. Don't keep your mind idle. That's all. Thanks.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
An idle mind is a, what Prabhu said just now? Idle mind is a, what happens when the mind is not engaged in a proper way? It will start thinking a lot of things, and then it becomes the devil's workshop. All right? Yeah. Devil's workshop. Yes. Okay, very nice story. Okay, we have very nice narrators in the group. Okay. All right. So this is to stress the importance of keeping the mind engaged in a right way. Okay, keeping the mind engaged in the right way. Otherwise, it's going to cause the downfall of us. Idle mind. So, okay, yes. Okay, so now we are entering the Ashtanga Yoga. Now I'm going to show you the ladders, all right? The ladders. If you're not familiar, so this is going to be your first time, so I will not go very deep into it. If you already know about Ashtanga Yoga, then probably this is a refresher or a revision for you. Okay? So generally, the Ashtanga Yoga is split into two levels, Yoga Rukshu or Yoga Rudha. Yoga Rukshu means beginning level. Yoga Rudha is advanced. As you go further up, it's advanced. Now, how you start your process in Ashtanga Yoga is by following certain rules and regulations, certain do's and certain don'ts. Okay, for this Yama and Niyama, I will show the details in the second slide. Okay, I mean after this. All right. So it will start with Yama and Niyama, basically like a no meat, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, don't do this, don't do that. So those is Yama and Niyama. Okay. Okay, and then you go into asana and pranayama. Why? Because a person who is going into this dhyana yoga process or Ashtanga yoga process, dhyana yoga is part of the Ashtanga yoga process. Yeah, because ultimately everybody wants to get samadhi in this process. Okay, so dhyana is at the advanced stage. So to go before that, these are the things that you externally you have to let go, or externally you need to make sure that you do. All right, like for example, brahmacharya means you should be abstaining from relationship with female. Okay, these are the things. All right, and then you go into asana and pranayama because you're going to sit and meditate for a very long time, and this is where the yoga, the hatha yoga, comes in the picture. Because if you find that you can't sit long, you try doing yoga. You can sit longer, you can stand longer, you can walk better. Okay, so generally yoga helps in that sense. And imagine these yogis, they're going to sit there for a long time. So these are necessary things. Okay, asana. And then they control the pranayama, the breathing. Okay, when you control the breathing, basically it controls the mind. After that, withdrawing the senses means you are detaching yourself from a lot of things. Okay, that is pratyahara. Next is dharana, controlling the mind, and then you start meditating on the Supreme. This is where the dhyana comes at the advanced stage. And then the culmination of the eightfold yoga system is in the samadhi, trance, complete absorption, and we will be focusing on dhyana. Okay, Krishna's Bhagavad Gita here is focusing on dhyana. Okay, now this Ashtanga yoga system is given by Patanjali. Okay, right. Krishna's Ashtanga yoga here is going to touch on dhyana yoga. Let's move on a little bit to Yama and Niyama. Actually, this is not part of your syllabus. I'm just giving you some information here. What are the do's and don'ts? Because there are lots of similarities in do's and don'ts in Krishna conscious movement as well. Okay, there are 4 principles that we follow, like really the ground rule. This is not even to become a great devotee. This is to become a good human being at the basis, all right? No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication. Intoxication means drugs, smoking, drinking. So that all goes under no intoxication. Okay, so yamas means social contracts, how you behave within society. Okay, non-violence, speaking the truth, non-stealing, brahmacharya, non-hoarding. Non-hoarding means not excessively collecting things. Okay. Niyama means your personal traits, duties directed towards the self, like cleanliness, contentment, satisfaction. Okay. Heat, I don't know, sorry, this is tapas, austerity. I don't know why they translate it as heat. Tapasya means austerity, like a fasting, control your sense from not doing things, okay, abstaining from doing bad things, okay, self-study, surrender. So there are 5 niyamas, 5 yamas. Okay, so we move on to the dhyana yoga. Yeah? Now Krishna is going to explain how to do Ashtanga yoga or dhyana. Okay, according to Bhagavad Gita, Ashtanga yoga is dhyana. Patanjali is the 8 limbs. All right. Okay, because Krishna's focus is how to realize the super soul within the heart. Right. So let's have whose turn?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhu. So, okay. Proceed, Prabhu.
Translation: to practice yoga, one should go to a saluted place and should lay kusha grass on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, and activities and fixing the mind on one point.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Right. Now we're going to see this point by point. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 important points on this step by step. What was the first thing covered here? Krishna covered here. What is this first paragraph talking about? My questions are very comprehensive, like comprehension. Read the passage and answer the questions below, like that. Very good, Lavanya Mataji. Okay. Well, generally, this is talking about location. And what kind of location? Subhashini Mataji, correct. Secluded, all right? Clean. Is there a clean place mentioned here? Of course, generally, we want it to be clean also, isn't it? Okay. All right. Okay, we are still at the location. Sacred. Ada sacred ke sini? Secluded. At the minimum, Krishna say secluded. Okay, and then the okay, before we move on, yeah, so let's talk about this location first, yeah. Compared to the practice that we generally do, what we do, we cannot just go to the room, okay? We cannot just go into the room, close the room door, close the curtain, you know, keep the place dark, put on some music and meditate. It's not like that. Krishna did not recommend like that, okay? You have to go out of the house. No car, no bike, no bus, MRT. Cannot ask your daddy, mommy to drop you. Okay, I want to go meditate in the forest, mountain, river, whatever, cave. Please drop me and pick me up in the evening. No, it's not like that. You have to go to mountain, jungle, forest, whoever, far away from everyone. All right, and you don't take your phone or pager or tab or whatever you cannot take with you because no communication should disturb. All right, and you have to bring your own paraphernalia. You know what the sages all will bring? Some chanting beads or the kamandalu. You know why the kamandalu is for? For them to wash their hand, purify their hand or eat, like that. So no sharing, okay? No sharing. Okay, so these are the setting of the place. Okay, you have to go away from the family, everything. Okay, next is the seat. Okay, somebody already mentioned the seat shouldn't be too high, too low, situated in a sacred place. Okay, yeah, the sacred place come here. Okay, very good. Yeah, somebody already mentioned that sacred place. And you have to find what is the next thing. Okay, okay, you can go on now. What is the next thing? Secluded place, the seat position. What is the next thing? B. Yeah, sacred place. Okay, sudah. After that? Yes, the method of sitting, right? So you have to have a seat, not too high, not too low. I don't know how you're going to measure that. Not too high, not too low. Darbal grass. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. The one that you tie during the yagya or wedding around the ring finger, right? Yeah, that one. All right. So after you sit very firmly, cannot shake your leg, cannot shake your body. Okay. So you can imagine what time we started the class, like half an hour ago, and how many times you would have moved. Okay. Right. So can we do? All right. After that, only the mind comes. You have to control the mind, senses, activities, and then fixing it at one point. Okay. So we have to sit down. Sit down, not on the chair, not on the stool. Okay. Not on the bench. All right. No standing up. No cross leg. Cross one leg on another. No, there is cross leg position, lotus position. And then you have to sit straight, no hunching. Okay, and you shouldn't move back and forth. Sekejap, depan, belakang, kiri, kanan. Okay, cannot. All right. So you have to have good asana practice to sit like this for a long time. And then you control the mind senses, fixing the mind on one point. So that is why this is just the beginning, yeah. So it's not even easy to do this. Let's say, let me ask, who does meditation? Who does meditation at home? Or you have done this before? Okay, maybe who's a family Mataji here? Anybody is a householder here with children, family? Who can I ask question? Don't be scared. I want to ask question. Janani, can I ask you a question? Yes, Mataji. Okay. So do you think this is possible? To go? Is that Antika? Yes, Mataji. Yeah. So, okay. So how, Janani? Would you like to go away from everyone, do your meditation? What is your challenge here? No. Nandika says no, she doesn't want to go away. Okay, so one is Nandika. How about you? What do you think? Which is the challenge here for you?
I think to even find a secluded place with all this criteria itself is going to be a bit difficult already.
Okay, all right. What else? Let's say you found a place. What's the next thing that you need to find?
To control the mind.
Yeah, okay, yes. Control the mind, yeah. How about the deer skin? Can you get deer skin? No. All right. So yeah, thank you, Janani. Thank you, Nandika. Okay, so what? Yeah, bye. Okay, soft cloth. Yeah, we don't know what kind of soft cloth is that. What else? What are your other difficulties here? Looking at the criteria that Krishna has laid out here. Because if you want to do something, you have to do it proper, isn't it? So Krishna is giving you here step by step. Okay, so myself is definitely, we have lots of kusa grass. Kusa grass is I don't know what is in Tamil, but it's like a grass that is very sacred. You know, when you go for yagya or wedding, you can see their bride and bridegroom tie around the ring finger. Okay, sitting still. Yes, even I don't know how many times I moved already. How to categorize a place as sacred place means probably the God or the Supreme Lord or the Devas would have performed certain pastimes there. They have visited that place, or there must be some holy rivers, okay, or what else? Some great sages have been there or performed some the yagya or things like that, like battle of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So that is all pilgrimage place, so sacred place. Yes. Yeah, so generally you have to see the background of that place. Used in Hindu ceremonies, yes, Darbai pool. Okay, yeah. Okay, they are actually long, and you can see all the homas. Homas means yagyas, right? You can see the pujaris, they bring them along. Okay, deer skin, because these sages, right, these yogis, they are going to do meditation in secluded places where it is away from modern world, which means it can be exposed to lots of insects, snakes, scorpions. So apparently deer skin or tiger skin will prevent the insects coming near to the yogi. Yeah. Okay, so it could be natural death. All right, so you have to find a deer skin that has naturally been dead. Okay, so just like the mridanga that we use in our Krishna conscious movement, right? That mridanga, of course, we have fiber and we also have cow skin. All right, but these are naturally dyed cow. Okay, so they are not killed. All right, or yeah. So is that okay? So deer skin is actually to prevent the approaching of the insects. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Good questions. Okay, next. Krishna is going to the next step. 13 and 14. Jai Mataji.
Okay. Yes. Hi. One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. Thank you, Mataji.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So now more details on how you must sit. Okay, how long you can sit like this? Erected, body, neck, and head. One line, okay? All right, and you're not supposed to close the eyes. Why? Because you should stare steadily at the tip of the nose. You should not close your eyes. If not, you will doze off. Okay? All right. If you open your eyes too wide, then you're going to get distracted with a lot of things happening around you. So not closed, not shut, not open wide. So staring at the tip of the nose. Okay, and then your mind should be peaceful. This is the condition of the mind. You should be calm, subdued, all right, not agitated. You cannot be thinking, if you're, you have the insect phobia, habis lah. Like insect phobia, like me, cannot. All right, you're scared any grasshopper falling on you, bees coming over you, snakes slithering around you, scorpions coming, ants biting. Cannot. It's always in fear. So you should be devoid of fear, completely free from sex life. Of course, brahmacharya. One should meditate upon me within the heart. So you have to do all this. Your physical strength and your mind strength should be there. That is how Krishna's meditation is. Okay, as recommended by Krishna. All right, okay. So if the person have not practiced celibacy, then it's very difficult to control the mind. After that, only we can control on Krishna, who is present in our heart as super soul, making him as the goal of life. And that is how you practice Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, so the sitting itself is a big, huge challenge for us. If you bend, your head will go down and then you go to sleep. Yeah. Okay, so even sometimes when you're chanting also, we can doze off. We are sitting in the class also, we can doze off. Of course, I think most of you are from university background. I'm sure you know that, right? That feel. All right, so you have to keep the head up. If not, you're going to go down, slide down, and then you go into your dreamland already. All right, So keeping the head straight, even in your class, in your studies, your university or college, in our spiritual classes, you have to keep the body straight. But how long can we keep straight? That is a challenge. All right. So after Krishna tell all these, yeah, can you imagine what Arjuna's feelings like? Arjuna's feelings like was like this. Okay. 33.
Hi, Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Sandhya.
Yeah. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady.
All right. Thank you, Sandhya Mataji. And
Thank you.
What is your name?
His name is Pashan Rao.
Passion, right? Okay, he was there last time also, right? Previous class. Passion. Okay, thank you, Tashan. Very nice. Okay, so this was said by Arjuna like 5,000 years ago. So can you imagine the situation that we have right now when the Kali Yuga is degrading already? So even 5,000 years ago, Arjuna already said, I cannot do this yoga, Krishna, Madhusudana, I can't. Your system is so, it's very difficult for me. Okay, he has doubt, he says it's not practical, and finally he says, I just can't do this. All right, why? And he knows why, because the mind is restless and unsteady. Okay, but can you do, but you know, being Arjuna, he's a wonderful Satriya, all right? Maybe he's not as bad as what he's saying, right? But he is representing all of us, and he say this is the challenge. Okay, and he say it's difficult. I can even control the wind, but I can't control the mind. All right. He will say in. Hold on, I think I remember reading it somewhere. Okay, who has Bhagavad Gita in your hand? Could you please read text 34? Sandhya Mataji.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Tashan, carry on.
Purport, the mind is so strong and for the mind is restless, turbulent.
Correct. Okay, carry on, boy.
Obstinate and very strong. Oh, Krishna, and to subdue it, I think it's more difficult than controlling the wind.
The wind.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. I must thank you. Okay, the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, very strong. That I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. Arjuna is saying, I can even control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. So can you see how strong the mind is? Okay, the mind is so restless. The mind is always thinking, what should I eat? After this class, oh, when Mataji going to finish? Is she going to finish late or she's going to finish on time? After this, I should eat. What should I eat for supper? Am I going to get hungry? What am I going to cook tomorrow? All right, the mind is always working. All right. So this is Arjuna's reply to Krishna. This is difficult for me. I am unable to concentrate. I am a king. Plus, I'm a king. It's not practical for me. Okay. All right. So why is unendurable? Basically, you have to find a secluded place. So that is a challenge already. My mind is unsteady. That's another thing. Okay. Oh, I didn't see any reply. Okay. Yeah. So cute. Well done. Good job. Yes. Very good. Thank you for the encouragement. Okay. So impractical, unendurable. Chanchala. Chanchala means always shaky, always busy, unsteady. Right? Chanchala means always steady, unsteady, restless. Okay, anybody disagree with this? Let me know if you don't have this challenge. Yeah, I have. All right. But what I can tell is even when you're sitting for chanting, if you're externally chanting, right, the disturbance is always there. But if you can really turn yourself inward and then just calm yourself down, then you will see the difference. How? If you're wearing this watch, right? Okay, I'm a very modern teacher. You see, I'm using this kind of measurement. So if you have this smart watch, right, you try to see if your heart rate goes down or not. All right, so that's how you measure it. Yeah, Prabhu. Okay, I have a high resting BPM. So that's why I'm having this. And I noticed that during chanting, my heart BPM goes down. Okay. All right. So that's about the mind. and unsteady. Okay, now what is the problem with the mind? Of course, you have seen, so I read already. So this is the thing that Tashan read for us just now. Do you all remember the words? Okay, saya sudah terbuka. Okay, you all can fill in the rest. Do you all remember what Tashan read just now? I repeated it. Anybody can answer except Tashan. Okay, yes, the goal is to have subdued mind. But what's the... Yes,
Privilege.
Some more? Okay. Yes. So you all have, either you all have Bhagavad Gita in your hand or you all have elephant memory. Okay. Obstinate, very strong. So this is the problem. Chanchalam, flickering. All right. Okay. So obstinate means, what is obstinate? For the benefit of those who are not familiar with this word, anybody would like to explain what is obstinate?
Bhagavad Gita class.
What's that?
Bhagavad Gita.
Your father. What is obstinate? Who can tell what is obstinate? Okay. Okay. No, obstinate. Can somebody tell what is obstinate means? Restless, we know. Okay, Chanchala, restless. Turbulent, like a storm, like wind, always blowing. No, obstinate, very strong. Yeah, obstinate is basically like something got to do with stubborn, right? It's stubborn to read. You tell the mind, subdue. We need to chant. We need to read. We have to focus. No, the mind said, no, I want to do that. I don't want to do this. Stubbornly refusing to change. Right? Refuse to change. Very good. Yes. Doesn't want to choose that. I want to go this way. You tell left, that one will go right. Okay. And despite so many attempts, still don't want to change. So that is obstinate. Yes, refuse to change. This is obstinate. This is mind. Yeah. If you have not known much about your mind, all these characters that mind has. All right. So what do you think Krishna would say? What do you think Krishna will say? Will he say, no, you're so weak, Arjuna. How can you be like this? How can you say it's restless? You're a Satriya. Will he scold him? Right? This is what Krishna will say. 6:35. Whose turn? Venukumar Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kundi, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and detachment.
Yes. So Krishna did, thank you, Prabhu. So Krishna did not ridicule Arjuna. No, he said, it's okay. It's all right. No, he said, I understand it's difficult, but it is possible with practice and detachment. There are two things here. You can't just practice. Okay, you have to practice and you have to have detachment. Okay, if you have practice and attachment, it's like the train also running, the landasan also running. So you'll never reach your destination. All right, practice and detachment. Okay, so you see how Krishna is calling Arjuna here. This is very important. Mahabaho, mighty armed, means you have strong arms. Mahabaho means mighty arm, means strong arms. Okay, you are not a weakling. Why Krishna called Arjuna Mahabaho? Because he has fought against Devas. Okay, so that means he's not an ordinary person. He is not a weak person. Okay, so he is the son of Kunti. Oh, Mahabaho, son of Kunti. Okay, Kaunteya, Mahabaho. He's calling, in this one verse alone, Krishna is calling Arjuna with two great names. Son of Kunti means Kunti is a great devotee. So the way our Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, he is calling Arjuna with these great names to remember his position, his strength. He's not ordinary birth and background. So he should be able to control his mind. Okay, so again, I reiterate that Krishna is saying, yes, it's not easy. It's going to be difficult, But you can do this with practice. The mind will wander. You have to bring it back. Okay. One best way to do that is doing jap mantra meditation. Okay. Because when you say the mantra, you want to ensure that you're hearing it. So the mind will go for a walk and then you bring it back. Go for a walk, you bring it back. So if the mind has gone like on sprint or marathon, then you have to chant louder and then you bring the mind back. So practice detachment, practice detachment. Okay. So you cannot hold on to the material things and go on practicing. You have to let go. All right. So this is how we can elevate ourselves, let go. All right. So we cannot hold on to something you're drowning, but you hold on to something in the water and expecting somebody to save you. So you have to let go the one that you're attached to. Okay. All right. So now this is from Bhagavata. Yeah, I was mentioning the symptoms of people in Kali Yuga, right? So this is some symptoms. Is there anybody hasn't gotten chance to read today? Would like to read? Kausalya Mataji, would you like to? Or Kirosha Mataji? Or Kuhan Prabhu? Nobody there? Lavanya Mataji?
Can Mataji? Can you hear me, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, clear.
O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed.
Yes. So why do you think all this characteristic is coming? Why you think? Why we have this laziness, quarrelsome, misguiding, unlucky? Because the way of life that we have now. So what kind of modern life we have? Can you give me few things? I have 4 here. What can you generally say about our current lifestyle that is actually affecting the mind, that is not, restful? Just throw in some words and see what. Fast-paced. Yes, almost there. Stress, okay. Lagi. Robotic, okay. Distraction, okay. Sama luxury. Yo, hitting the point there. Yes, sukunya saya. Sama. Chasing well, okay, yes. Busy for achieving success, yes. Okay, sama. What else? The environment. Talk about the environment. What kind of environment we are living in? Comparison. Yeah, very good. Polluted. Why? Where does pollution happen? Generally, where do you find pollution? Concrete jungle. Oh, yes, we are there. So other doers would have hit bullseye. Busy for achieving success. Okay, I can take that. Chasing wealth, I can take that. Okay, worldly duty. Okay, I can take that. How about tongue? You know, the food that we eat also influence a lot of our mind. Who is cooking your food? Very important. Okay, so I reveal the answers, yeah? See all your answers correct or not. Congested city, extravagant life, unrestricted indulgences, uncontrolled tongue. Okay, so all this will cause all this. Okay? Right. So now a person who has practiced this Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, say they have done, we know that there are people in Himalayas, they can meditate for a very long time, they do yoga and they look very young, all right? So there are people who can do that, they can live for 100 years, yes. Okay, but what is the goal? Let's say they fail, all right? This is the question that Arjuna asked. I'm sure some of you might be thinking already, Mataji, what happens if I die halfway when I do Dhyana? Or if I don't manage to go into Samadhi or what? So the same thing, Arjuna will ask the question. Can we have somebody to read the text 37? Hari ni also lambat habis, but it's very interesting topic. Who has Bhagavad Gita? Text 37, please.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, Kritika Mataji.
Arjuna said, O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mataji. Can you continue 38, please?
Okay. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere?
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So here Arjuna is saying, I am not getting my material enjoyment. At the same time, I'm also not getting spiritual enjoyment if I fail halfway. So what will happen to that kind of person? So Krishna is giving answer in two categories. One who fail after long term of practice and one who fail after short term of practice. Okay, so this is the first one. Whose turn? 41. Somasundram Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So this is those who fail after a short term. Who practice for a short term and did not become successful is probably because he got distracted with something and then he went back to his normal life. So what will happen to him at the time of death? He will be born again in the planets of pious living entities. Okay, so there are a lot of higher planetary system in material world itself. So they will be born in that planet. Like there is actually yogis planets. All right, there are sages planets. Okay, so they can fall there. All right, or once they finish their pious credits, they will come back to the earth. All right, and they will take birth in rich family. Okay, and righteous people. Okay, this is actually because these slides were done by Bangalore. The organizing committee is from Bangalore. So they used India celebrities. So I don't know, is this Ambani? All right. So those who are born in rich family, right? They are actually basically pious people from the past. Okay. So they born in planets of pious living entities or the family of righteous people or family of rich aristocracy. And this is the fate of people who is unsuccessful after short term of practice. Okay. So remember, yeah. Short term of practice, fail after short term of practice. Ambani, yeah? Yes. Yeah. So that's him. All right, so generally people are happy when they have a lot of money, very luxury. And righteous people, basically, they've been pious people in the past. Okay, so after a long term of practice, what will happen to them? 42.
Or, if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly, such a birth is rare in this world.
All right, thank you, Mataji. So after a long term of practice, those yogis, they will be born in spiritual family. Those who are already devotees of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so they'll be born hearing the holy name. They'll be born in the environment that filled with Vishnu consciousness or Krishna consciousness. Okay, so they are not ordinary souls. So they'll grow up eating prasadam. Okay, they are filled with glories of the Lord being spoken and heard in that environment. Okay, so they're basically not ordinary souls. All right, so we should understand they were previously yogis. It's just that they fall short a little bit. All right, so they come back to continue their journey. Okay, so they'll be born in the family of transcendentalists. Okay, so there's one Srila Prabhupada mentioned, I think in Bhagavatam it says that even the devas are hankering to be born in the family of devotees because where the devas are, right, the heavenly planet, that place is full of enjoyment. They don't have time to think about spiritual life, devotional life. They're basically enjoying the credits they have actually accumulated. All right. So they want to be born in devotees' families so that they can engage in devotional services because the relishing of that the nectar is more on earth if you're born in devotees' family because you are actually living in that devotional environment. Okay, so this is the fate of unsuccessful yogi after long term of practice. Okay, so conclusion is the yoga ladder starts with karma yoga, the do's and don'ts, and then you acquire knowledge. Okay, so before the yoga ladder start, basically it is an animalistic mentality. Okay, suka do this. It's like a very whimsical way of life. And then when you follow certain rules and regulated principles of freedom, then you go into karma kanda, whereby you can perform certain rituals to achieve your material desires based on what is prescribed in the Vedas. Okay, you elevate yourself a little more, you acquire knowledge that you are the body, you're not the body, you are the soul, and there is super soul. You talk about the Paramatma, then you are advancing yourself to, after Jnana Yoga, you go to Dhyana Yoga to realize what you have learned. Okay, and finally, it will culminate in bhakti. That is the total absorption. That is the samadhi. Okay, and this is the highest yogi according to Krishna's definition. This is from text 46. Okay, Krishna says a yogi is greater than the ascetic. Ascetic means the sage, those who are engaged in Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, ascetic. This yogi is greater than the empiricist, means person who are engaged in academia. Okay, means Jnana Yogi. Right? He is greater than the fruitive worker, those who perform rituals and rites to achieve their material desires, following the Vedas. Okay, and this particular person is better than all three of them and be that kind of yogi. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you be that kind of yogi. Okay, I think this is the last verse. Yes, Shamala Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yoginam api sarvesam matkate antar atmana shadavan bhajate yo mam sami yukta tamo mataha. Translation. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So you can see in chapter 6, Krishna has given you step by step how to do Dhyana Yoga, from location up to the measurement of your seat, the paraphernalia that you need, your tools and apparatus, everything you already explained. Yet he always concludes a certain chapter by saying how, despite giving all this Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, he always gives importance as how easy compared to all those processes, becoming devotee, how is easy to achieve him. He said, despite all this, right, that the ladder, he said, the highest yogi is a person who abides in me, thinks of me, and renders loving service to me. He is the one who ultimately intimately unites with me, and he's the highest of all. Okay, so this is Krishna's conclusion. So having great faith in Krishna means you feel you want to offer everything to Krishna. All right, and then you always think that if when you have Krishna on your mind, then you're always thinking about Krishna. And then you do service for Krishna, like how chanting the holy name, offering candles or lights, the ghee lamp. Like you see this second picture here, the Mataji is offering ghee lamp. It's very easy. You can just buy a clay lamp. Okay, you just have to dip the ghee wick in the ghee, okay, pure ghee, because Krishna loves ghee, isn't it? Then you can just offer in your house. It's as easy as that. You can actually start doing that. Okay, and this yogi is better than karma. He's already a karma yogi because he's doing work in surrendering result to Krishna. He's already a jnana yogi because like you are sitting here, you are learning some knowledge, you are already a jnana yogi. Okay, and you are already a dhyana yogi, ashtanga yogi, because you're already meditating on Krishna by on the vibration of the holy name. So with that, you already covered all. You're already a karma yogi, you're already a jnana yogi, you're already a dhyana yogi or ashtanga yogi. Okay, probably we just have to improve our asana, so you just don't move here and there or sway here and there. Okay, so anyways, you're already a successful dhyana yogi. Okay, so Krishna says he is the best yogi. So there are different types of yogi. Okay, those who have faith on him always abides in him. Okay, so there was a simple story that my Guru Maharaj shared, like, you know, if you are just a karma yoga practitioner, or you are just a jnana yoga practitioner, this is just like when a tired husband coming back from home, from work to home, and the wife comes, oh, you're back, I love you, I love you, I love you. All right, if she keeps saying that, is the husband happy? Because if she comes and say, okay, do you want water? You want food? If she gives that, then that is the expression of love. So just like that. So by just empirically reading that Krishna is our super soul, Krishna is the supreme Lord, we have to look at it with awe and reverence. But where is the reciprocation? We have to establish a relationship with him by doing something for him. Right? So even in real life, you want, as a mother, you are doing things for your children. You want to cool, you want to take them here, you want to talk to them, you want to caress them, be affectionate towards them. So basically, this is all expression of love. So this expression of love is also to be shown towards Krishna. So that is the point. Okay. Right. So we will do this recap tomorrow. Okay. But it will be in your PDF. Can we have somebody to read this last slide and we can end the class? Anybody would like to read? Tasha Prabhu, would you like to read for us? Mataji, is your son still there? If not, anybody else? Darshini Mataji? Somasundar Prabhu, okay.
By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra constantly, one can fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Padarvidayo. And in this way, achieve the perfection of yoga.
Yes. So this is one way we can engage our mind on Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so, okay, end of the class. So shall we chant Hare Krishna 3 times? Is Nandika there, Janani?
No, Mataji, she left already.
Okay, let's chant 3 times, yeah? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
It feels so good to chant together. Thank you so much, everyone. Apologies again, I always overshoot. Okay. Okay, no problem, Mataji. I hope you heard the class. So thank you again. So I see you all tomorrow with chapter 7. We are entering new section tomorrow. Thank you, Mataji, Prabhus, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.